the final whistle's gone at Cardiff City Stadium, and it was, of course, not the best result for Blackburn Rovers. 1-0 loss. Our bizarro form continues. 1-1 loss, 1-1 loss, 1-1 loss, 1-1 loss, 1. Isn't it right, Luna? First and foremost, big shout out to my sponsors on this one. What are we looking at? Blue Rose Capital, that's right. And of course, big shout out to Pete for doing the old watch along. Unfortunately, his streak has been broken as well. So, what can we say about that? Well, to be honest with you, I don't think we deserved a draw if we were going to get a draw out of this game. Hang on a minute, there's a lot of traffic knocking around here. So 1-0 it was. Hudson with an absolute screamer of a goal for Cardiff. A goal worthy of winning a game. So we've got to give them some credit. Look at these guys blocking off the bloody stuff here. So a goal worthy of winning a game. So we've got to give them that credit. As for the penalty fiasco at the end, you know, where did the referees get the bloody the idea? They try to get the old play on sort of rules going in free flowing football. That goal should have stood for Dak. It should have stood. And of course, the resulting penalty. Who on earth made the call that young Paul Hurst or whatever his name is, George Hurst, should be taking those penalties? For me, it's got to be an established man. Why wasn't Dak putting the ball in the back of the net? Because he was the one who scored that goal and was robbed of the goal scoring chance. So it's a little bit some funky scenarios going on there. But when we boil it down to the pure facts, Rovers were not good enough today. So we got to give Cardiff some credit. Some interesting changes as well. At the start, we went with a back four today. Golly. Went with the back four. Of course, Scotty Wharton missed out. Britton was back in the lineup, and Gallagher was dropped. So some interesting calls on that. But of course, games are coming thick and fast. Of course, Saturday, Wednesday, even though today is Tuesday. And it just continues our real ropey kind of form. I was hoping that we could get something out of this game. A draw on paper would have been an okay result, and finally we would have been able to get a number in that draw column, because it's been lingering. And results elsewhere looked quite favourable for Rovers. Of course, a lot of draws knocking around across the championship this evening, but ultimately we weren't one of them. So got to give Cardiff some credit. They pretty much deserved it on chances. We may have had all the ball, but nothing really exciting came of it. It was all possession, no end product, and it seems to be a recurring sort of stat for Rovers. We seem to have a lot of the ball, but we're not really taking full advantage of the chances. And when we do have the chances, they're fleeting. They're one here, one there. But it is a project. We've got to understand that. We do need to start winning games, Adam. We do need to start winning games. And today should have been one of them. In fact, when you look at the agenda for Rovers coming up over the next few games, there are many winnable games, and we should be taking points off of these, especially winning our home games and then drawing these away games. So Rotherham, of course, coming at you on Saturday, we got to win that game. Then Wigan, of course, on Tuesday is another game that we should be trying to get some points off. But ultimately, pretty dire. Luna's not happy about it. She's going to be giving me what for later on. She'll be like ripping my ear off, saying we were shit, and we were pretty shit. You know, I'm trying to think of some standouts. So we did get to see Smodic play some action today. He looked lively. He as lively as anybody else did today. There was nobody that came out of this shining like a bar of gold. But Smodic kind of restored a little bit of his dented appeal at the moment. Also, Buckley started against instead of Morton, and again I did call that in my prediction. I thought he would start a bit more daring perhaps with possession, but he was removed quite early on in the second half. So we can start to see what Yondell Thomason's dream 11 or preferred 11 is, and that includes his Hedges, it includes Morton, and who else is in there? Who else is in his starting 11? So, you know, and the likes of Dak, The likes of Dak have got a lot of work to do to try and get themselves back into main staying contention, and I just don't think that he's won them over just yet. But all in all, yeah, nothing to take away from this game. 0 points, not great, no goals, and of course a missed penalty. We have not had a good recent record of penalties last season. I remember quite a few. Cadra missed a clanger. I think we're a little bit nervous in the penalty department. I don't think anyone really wants us to take the pressure shot and try and convert it into points when they come around. Of course, there was a lot riding on this. There was a lot riding on that penalty at the end, and I thought maybe Hurst, without any actual affiliation with the club, might have actually put the ball in the back of that with little pressure, but I guess the goalkeeper got into his head and made the key save. That was the defining the moment in the match. But again, we got to give Cardiff some praise for that stinger of a goal. Good goal. Kaminsky did not look like he was going to get beaten otherwise. He looked like he was Fort Knox out there. It looked like some incredible saves. Meanwhile, again, this is all just coming back to me now. Playing out from the back. Not a big fan of playing out the back, especially at the moment. I guess maybe with a bit more confidence, a bit more games, a bit more repetitions of it, we might get good at it. But right now, I think we're more crap than we are good at playing out the back. So let's keep that in the training ground, or at least keep it, or at least have an alternative, because sometimes you might get a favourable team or opposition that might not be expecting that, but right now it's pretty dire for Rovers when we're playing out the back. No major I didn't see many major plus points for Rovers here. But anyway, all in all, shit show. Let's go again Saturday, move on to the next one. But until then, yeah, back to the drawing board for JDT and the Blue and White Army. But until then, I'm out of here.